I had my headphone plugged into the computer and it seemed like it was working fine. That's what I do every week. So welcome everybody. Thanks for hanging there with me. So I was promoting different things for the event, and let's go ahead and do this. Let's see, there we go. So our conference, of course, is coming up October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Get your tickets, iHospitalExpo.com. So what I was sharing is the hotel block for the low rate ended last night at midnight. And so what I did is I put 40 rooms, 40, on my, I guess I should be looking here, and I'm very blurry in this picture, so hopefully I look a little bit clearer to you guys. But I put 40 tickets on hold on my account. So that does lock in the lower rate. So those of you that have been procrastinating and you didn't get your hotel rooms yet, I do have a block of 40. So how we have to work this is, hi Dwayne, how we have to work this is you'd have to let me know you want to take one of those rooms. I got to let the hotel know. So I only held one night just to hold the block. I didn't pay for the whole thing. So they didn't put you in, they put you in. Yeah, you know what? I contacted the hotel when you told me that, Kevin, and they, were sure that they did it right. So we need to fix that for sure. I think it's because you might have booked room those outside of our block, so the people at the reservations place can't think out of the box. So I'll take care of it. So make sure you register for the conference. And of course, we've got a great lineup for you, which is going to be super exciting. We have our 39 speakers, which is awesome, 39 speakers. And so you can see them listed here. All of them have fabulous topics. We have different panel discussions. We have 25 topics, 39 speakers. And so it's something for everybody, beginning, intermediate, and advanced level staging. Knowledge, and of course our keynote speakers are the celebrity keynotes. Candace Olson will be Friday, Tom and Carson will be on Saturday, and they're not just pretty faces. They have had a very long life in the industry because they have businesses and they're very savvy. So we'll be learning about their staying power, because that's what we all want as well, and how they've had to maybe reinvent themselves. And the key, I believe, is diversification, because they all have different lines that they have out for their businesses. They didn't just stick with one lane. And I think that's what we teach in staging too, is to have at least 3. Of course, our conference with the General Jackson Showboat, Denim and Diamonds is our theme for the dinner. That's Friday evening. And we go very slowly down the Cumberland River. People have been asking about what to wear. And so, I mean, I'm going to dress up. It's denim or diamonds. I don't want people coming in holy jeans, please. Because it's an awards dinner. So you want to dress up, but go with a theme if you want to. So you can be glammed up. You can be in your dressy jeans and boots or whatever. We're going to have music. We'll have the awards. Barb Schwartz will be our keynote inspirational speaker, which is going to be fabulous. And just have a really fun time with each other on the General Jackson Showboat. So that's Friday evening. Really looking forward to that. And again, you're not going to get seasick, because I wouldn't do that to you. It goes really, really slowly. At our conference, of course, we say it checks all the boxes. So you have topics, 25 topics, 39 speakers. The second thing down there, you see the Investor Staging Consultant designation. We're the only event that actually gives you new credentials relative to the industry. And some of you may be working with investors already, but this is going to refine that process. Plus, you're going to learn Airbnb. You're going to learn about industry trends, what's coming for 2020, because we need to be able to advise our investors and builders and so forth what they need to be putting in material-wise and colors and so forth in these properties. And then we'll also maybe even touch on you becoming the investor a little bit. Sheila Dragon is, that's what she does. And so that'll be a little bit of what she talks about, and she'll share more of that at the advanced stager training, which is on the 6th and 7th of October. So that's going to be a really great topic. And again, we're your getaway with a takeaway. And so I'll just throw this up here really fast. Advanced stager training is October 6th and 7th, 6-figure and above. And the agenda for that I just released yesterday. So you'll see, not really the agenda, the topics. So this is right here. You'll see the different speakers. So Marianne Terrico, Joanne Leonard Weary, Catherine Lewis Brown, Melissa Morrow, myself, and Jana Usselton. So I did this for the first time last year, IHOSP. We coordinated this. This was the first collaboration between different industry educators and groups. And since then, other people have followed, done similar things because it's a great idea. And because there's power in numbers, and also I don't know everything and you don't know everything. And so it's nice to get a collaboration because people have different perspectives. So each person is sharing on a different topic, and you can see the different topics on the graphic. Everything from marketing, blowing the roof off your business, as far as leveraging your time, the mindset of the CEO, and so forth. So there's different topics are on there, and then the people below, Renee Helton, Jonathan Miller, excuse me, and Brandy Sales are going to be speaking. They're outside speakers coming in on business productivity, marketing and branding, and then tech to run your business, as far as different apps and so forth that make us more efficient, and things we need to know about for marketing purposes. So really excited to have them joining us. The Staging Industry Awards, I was sharing about that. Excuse me. Let's see here. I'm going to get rid of the second one. Oops. This thing's blocking me. Let me get rid of that. Okay. Okay, good. Excuse me. Staging Industry Awards. And so let me hide this. The Advanced Stager Training. I'll throw that up so you guys can see the website. So Staging Industry Awards, they are voting now. And so thank you for those of you who submitted. We have a lot of different people that went in. Not everybody made it through the submittals. It was important to have people nominated by somebody else. That was something that came back to us last year. Big push, like you can't self-nominate. So we went through this portal, the system. So those of you that got everything in, that's great. You get 7 votes per category. There are 12 different categories. So make sure that you are going into each one and voting, and take a look at everybody, because there's people that have their, the information might be way down on the page when you go in. So when you first log into the portal, you go to any of the social media sites where I posted this, you click on the link, it'll take you to the voting portal, and then it has this little thing, it's a drop-down menu, you click on it, and it'll open up every category. So that's what I did. I voted by category because it's just too many submissions. There's like over 200 if you try to do it just all at once. So under the vacant luxury, for example, there might be 35 or 40 submissions. So you want to, look at those. And the goal really was to not have people's names attached to the submissions. So it really was anonymous. But anyway, we'll figure that out for next time. I was under the gun for the clock. But vote. You get up to 7 votes per category. I am deleting people who've gone in more than once, because I can tell with your emails, and because we don't want to be doing that. And so, but you do get to vote for people in those categories. And then the winners will be announced at the conference on Friday evening. So I'm excited for that. Okay. I want to throw this up here real fast. We are doing another course in London, October 21st and 22nd. So Sonia Radovinovich and Verena Mumford will be teaching our accredited staging professional staging course in London on October 21st and 22nd. So if you want information on that, you can go to our site, and stagechums.com. You can go there to take a look and get information, or you can go to IHOSP Europe, their website, and find out more. We don't have the location confirmed 100% yet, but it will be in London. And then next year, within the first 6 months, we're going to do Scotland, Ireland, and go back to London again. So excited for that, for the education that's going to be in Europe. I think that is, whoops, so I didn't mute my phone there. All right, lastly, if you would like to volunteer for the conference, Michelle Getty is helping coordinate all the volunteers in the various committees. So thank you, Michelle, for doing that. I appreciate it. And you will have an opportunity, sorry, Keely, you'll have an opportunity to meet Candace and Tom and Carson individually. Yes, there will be a meet and greet following their talks. So you'll be able to get photos. Candace is actually coming on the boat with us on Friday evening. So she's, I have never met her in person, but I feel like you can just walk up to her and start talking, because she seems really genuine. And so do Tom and Carson. So we interviewed Tom in Las Vegas, and trying to sync up the audio with the visual has been challenging for me because I'm not an expert in that. So you haven't seen that video yet, but he's super nice. Carson seems really nice too. I had him on the show. So she's coming on the boat with us, and who knows if Carson and Tom will want to hang out with us Saturday night. I don't know, but you'll have an opportunity to talk and meet with them. They're not going to jet out and jam to the airport like we had last year. So I'm excited for that. So Vicky's asking, do you have to do all the voting in one session? No, I don't think it's timed though. I think you can go in and just pick up where you left off when you go in through the same email portal. It remembers your votes. So just get it all done. You have until September 12th to do that. So make sure that you do. If you want to volunteer, ihospconferencevolunteers.com. IHOSP conference. Let's see, is that right? No, that's not the website. ihospconexpovolunteers.com. ihospconexpovolunteers.com is the website. So you can go volunteer. You can just simply reach out to me, any of our team. And again, Michelle Getty is the one helping coordinate that. So we've got a registration committees handled. If we need help at all, it might be during setup, cleanup, decorations. It's a little bit different this year because it's on the boat. It'll be a little bit tougher for us to get things on there. So we're doing something a little different. But I think that is it. So our two guests today, I'll just throw this up here, Couture Cashmere. We have Kathy Connelly, who is from London. So we're going to be hearing from her. And Kathy, I hope you see I'm representing with my beautiful scarf that I got from you in Atlanta. And I think it's so pretty. So she's here. And then also Kevin Htain. So he is here as well. So Kevin is, here's his picture. Hi, Kevin. So Kevin's one of our speakers. And he's on the board, and he's one of our certified trainer and so forth. So he's like my little brother. So who wants to go first? Should I have Kevin? Do you have an appointment, or Kelly, Kathy? Do you care? I guess I'll bring Kathy on since it's very bright over there. So Kathy's coming on first.
I am.
Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. Well, good afternoon here. I'm in Italy as we speak. I'm actually on holiday, but delighted to do this from my back garden in Italy. It's a nice background, beautiful weather, sunshine, and I'm going to be talking about furry things and cashmere, but that's okay.
So where are you? What city in Italy are you?
I'm in a very small hilltop village called Lucignano in Tuscany, and it's close to the, for those of you who've been to this area, Cinque Terre. Everybody knows the Cinque Terre. We were down there 2 days ago. It's about an hour away, so we're in a very lovely area, very pretty. I don't know if you can see from the video. Can you see? I don't know.
Oh, beautiful.
It's very pretty. So I'm here with all of my goods. So I just wanted to go through briefly and explain what I do and why I'm doing it. And because I'm on holiday, I don't have everything available to me that I would have back in London, but I have enough to represent and show what it is I'm doing and what's going to be showing at the show in Nashville. Unfortunately, I can't be there personally, as you know, this year, but I have two delightful sales representatives who are really good at what they do, and they will be there to answer any questions. And I'm at the end of a phone or an email should anybody need me. Okay, let me start with, I don't know, can you see this if I show you? This is Donatella. Donatella is wearing one of my shawls, but I think maybe it might be easier if let me see if I can put this, can you see me?
Yeah, I can see her.
That's too low. Too low? Okay. So this is what Kathy...
So just to visit, so Krista and I met Kathy in Atlanta at the market, and she had this fabulous cashmere wraps and beautiful scarves. So this is one of them that I got, and you can see all the different colors it has. You know, it's beautiful, and it has the patterns all the way down. So she was teaching us how to wear it and wrap it. So I just threw it on because it's like 100 degrees here. So
the same here. I work with cashmere, like this scarf. I have many of these. I need to put this at a level, I think, where you can see it. I think perhaps it's a bit too low. So let me just walk over to my other table and let's see if this works a little better height-wise. I'm not sure. Tell me if you can see at that level or not. Can you see me?
Yeah, we can see, yes. Oh, the villa looks awesome.
So this is what I started with, these shawls. And these are like a regular, if you will, they're 100% cashmere and fox. And these come in various color combinations. I only have one with me right now, but I designed these to do many things. And it took me 3 years to get the weight right of the cashmere and the thickness of the fur so that you can do all these different things. And on my website, I have a video of me showing you how to wear them. But this is one way, the way you saw me wearing it like a regular wrap. Or in the winter months, you can take it and make this really large garment into something super small that you can wear over your... Can you see the video? Is that okay? Do I need to raise it?
Yeah. So you tied it in. It almost looks like a scarf, but it's thick and it's furry, which is really nice.
Or even smaller. This is the Italian style. You take it, double it lengthways, take the whole thing, wrap it around your neck with the little hole, put everything through the hole, twist the hole one time, put it back through, and then it becomes even smaller still. So they're very versatile. But this is what sells this product. This looks so big and so cumbersome, but it's so easy to carry with you on a flight. It's always freezing in an aircraft, or even in a warm climate, in a restaurant in the winter. In the summer, it can be cold. You take him. He's dead, so you can't hurt him. You wrap him around your hand. Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
So I got this one. This is it's almost like a piece of art, if you guys can see. And actually, it is that piece of art that's called the screen, where the guy's like on the bridge. That's what this is. But I don't have his weird face on here. But it's like isn't that pretty? And it has the teal, which I like, the blue. And it's, you know, I'm wearing it backwards. I got the pattern on the back. But they're very striking and you know, very unique. So
I try to do. So here's in my hand, and then he fits. He goes into this little bag, which I give you.
Yeah.
Which has my Couture Cashmere logo on it. So all of that fits in here, and it's a little drawstring bag. It's extremely light. It weighs nothing, and you can carry it around, or when you're on an airplane. Right. The thing I do with the scarf you have is this is a line from Italy, and this company makes beautiful silk, beautiful cashmere, and this is cashmere, and they do many. It's called Cities of the World. This one happens to be London, so this one shows obviously.
Oh yeah, I love that one. The telephone
shows Big Ben and the Shard. So this is very similar to what you have, but one of my new ones for this show that's going to be in Nashville. Then I do regular, fabulous. These are super large, super soft cashmere. And I love these on planes too, because you can literally, especially if you're doing an overnight flight, you can literally wrap yourself in this thing to go to sleep. And again, super light, super warm, super easy to wear. And what I'm kind of known for now in the Atlanta showroom is I work with two designers, an Italian designer and a French designer. And I buy unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. And I happen to have 3 here, because I had an order for 3 of them from 3 different clients, and they were shipped to my house in Italy. So they're here. And let me just show you quickly what they're like.
So she has unique designs, and a couple of them are patented with designer logos. Yeah. That's beautiful.
These are gorgeous. These are, I'm going to put it on even though it's 104 degrees here. They're beautiful. These are cashmere and fox fur. And when you walk, I literally sold one of these off my shoulders one day walking through Heathrow Airport in London. They kind of bounce, they float, they're very pretty. And again, they're fox. Can you see that? Is that okay? Okay. So they come in various colors. This one is, I call this raspberry. And it also comes in black. Obviously, black sells everywhere. So I've got the same one in black with a gray fur. And these I only bring one of to market. So it's kind of first come, first sold, because I try to have pieces that no one else is going to have, so that if you buy something from me, you're not going to see it tomorrow in your town or even at the market, somebody else wearing it. So this is the black one. And then this one's new.
Kathy, what was the one that had the designer logo on it that you said it was, is it Yves Saint Laurent?
Yeah, some of my shawls, I'm very lucky. The factory that make for Burberry, Yves Saint Laurent, and for Alexander McQueen. So 3 of my prints on my website, you can see these. The Yves Saint Laurent is a leopard print with a natural brown fur trim. The Alexander McQueen is black and white with birds and black and white fur trim. And the Burberry is a navy with navy and a kind of a dark gray with black and white fur trim. So I'm only allowed to buy so many pieces. I'm basically allowed to buy whatever they don't buy in the fabric. And every market, so twice a year or 3 times a year, I reorder whatever I can, and they always sell out first. Everybody loves having the logo on the scarf. And then this is the other piece. This has been super successful. This is a cashmere wool blend, and with fox fur. This is the front. Hope you can see, and then the back. So these are.
We was talking about, staging houses, and one of the reasons we wanted to bring Kathy, and then also Kimberly Swan's going to be there with her Black Swan boutique. We got to stage the stager, right? So you want to have things you're wearing that are fashionable. And I mean, I can throw this scarf on over, and this is just a t-shirt, right? So it's not anything fancy, but you can dress things up with a beautiful scarf. You know, you can wear it like this. I mean, I could have it long ways. I can do this with it, like she had before. Pull it through. She doesn't have any fashions for men yet, but you know,
well, ironically,
they're beautiful.
These big pieces I showed you, which these are gorgeous. I've got it in hot pink. I've got it in this beautiful blue here. These are actually made in cashmere, the real cashmere from India. And what they are, men's pashminas. So they're twice the size of normal pashminas. Yes. And that's exactly what they are. They're men's pashminas. And they come in 100 colors. And I buy them because I'm tall. But I also like, not just because I'm tall, I like to wrap myself, as I showed you, in them for traveling.
Right.
So these are fabulous. They're so light, so easy to wear. And as I said, come in hundreds of colors. So this is just some of what I do. And then this is another one of my scarves. I don't know if you can see this one. This one's gorgeous. Beautiful. I call it my movie star. This is black, and this is
glamorous.
Solid, very glamorous. But this I sell a lot when, especially in the winter, I get a lot of requests for this for, you know, black tie events, or if I were at the show, I'd be wearing this one myself for your show because I think it would be fabulous. And then I've got some really fun pieces, special ordered for the show because of the Denim and Diamonds night. They're coming, and they're beautiful black cashmere covered in Swarovski crystals. So I know Donna's going to be very excited to show those to the.
I might have to buy that one before you put it out.
Yeah,
you guys know.
Donna's going to have them tomorrow, and we took in mind what you request. You know, we think that'll be a really fun event. So she requested, get me anything with diamonds on it. So we've got them coming in. I think black with white silver crystals, and then black on black crystals. So they should be fabulous. So I'm looking forward to those. So we have a whole.
The pashminas are for guys too. So guys wear the pashmina shawls. You guys can purchase those, which I'm happy about. And then she has hats. I bought like a fur hat for winter. She's got scarves. She has those the cuffs, the fur cuffs. Like you could turn any like long sleeve thing into it looks like it has fur cuffs. She has those.
You bought that beautiful shrug. The shrug that you can wear either across.
I'm gonna break that. Oh, I forgot I got that. So I'm gonna have to wear that there. And it's beautiful, multicolored. Yeah, it's contraband. It's hidden away in the closet, so I forgot I got it.
All of these can be ordered. If Donna's only got one or two pieces with her, any of that can be custom ordered through me. And for the men, I've sold a lot of these to men in like navy, charcoal gray, black. Men love these. I mean, because they really muffle them up, you know, around their suits or around their sweaters. And there's quite a few men that land have bought these in the darkest shades. I haven't sold any hot pink ones to them yet, but this is the first time for everything. And what else do I have? Like I have, Donna will have photos of everything that maybe we don't have samples of there, but everything can be ordered, and we're going to do a little lookbook for you so that we can show on the computer the lookbook what's available, what hasn't yet arrived, but it's coming in the month. It's coming in the month of October. My order was placed for October, so it may or may not arrive in time. But all of these scarves, all the scarves are made in Italy, and all of the cashmere is made in Cashmere. It's the best cashmere in the world. So I have a lot to choose from, and I also have purses. Now we won't bring purses to the show, but on my website, and I think we talked before about the prices for special people. So even if you go on the website and you see something you like, ignore the pricing, because we have a special price for all the ladies with your how do you say it? ASIP. How do I pronounce the
IHOS. It's like IHOPs, like the pancake, but IHOS.
IHOP. Yes, I'm sorry, I don't have much more to show you because this is all I have here, but it gives you a general idea of, you know, what we're all about. And the scarf you bought, for example, I have a brand new order that's just arrived as well. Fabulous colors for the show as well. So Donna will have all of that with her. Yeah, that was a really pretty one you bought. That's very pretty. Yeah,
it has everything. I'm a winter, like a cool. So all these jewel tones are like perfect for me. But it even has this is patterns. It's just beautiful.
And I mean, again, because you can they're huge, but you can make them super small as well. You make them, and I love them here because in the evenings we're in the mountains and it gets not cold but cool at night. So even on a hot day like today, by 8 o'clock tonight, I'll be going indoors to put one of these on. And this is a color I think that's done very well for me as well. This kind of cornflower blue.
I love that.
Yeah, this is a great color. It's a really pretty color.
So just so you know, the pricing, like if you saw these in a retail store, they'd be very, very expensive. But because Kathy loves us and she's coming to our event, the pricing is actually much more reasonable than you would think. So you'll be really excited about that. And she'll also be at our European conference, and we're excited for that. So hopefully she'll be coming in person. That's going to be in May. So really excited. Stagers.
That would be exciting. Yeah, great, super. Okay, thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry I can't be there in October, but
I know.
I'll live vicariously through Donna.
Yeah, we'll take lots of pictures. There'll be video and so forth.
Yeah.
So I'm sure your booth is going to sell out, and then people will be placing orders. So we're very excited. So thank you, Kathy, for being on.
Thank you.
Enjoy Italy.
Thanks a lot.
Okay,
I
bye.
will. Bye.
So we were just really excited, and I actually put up here, this is at the show in Atlanta. This is one of them. That's just one of the racks she had. I don't know if you guys can see the whole thing because my picture makes it small, but these are silk things, and then the throws in the back. She's got the fabulous leopard, all these different prints, and then this other one that I loved. This is, I think, this is one with the zebra print, which I thought was really fun. So anyway, she'll have all these different fashions. I can't wait to see the ones you've got for the denim and diamond theme. That's exciting. Let's bring Kevin on. Mr. Htain. Hey, Kev.
Hey.
Welcome, welcome. Sorry about the sound thing. I'm going to have to do my edit of the video and cut out the first 12 minutes. I was trying to look at the camera, so I wasn't paying attention to the comments. So next time I'll have to make sure that I look first to make sure people are like, we can't hear you. So welcome. Glad to have you on.
Glad to be on.
Yes. So tell everybody who you are for those who don't know.
My name is Kevin Htain. I own and operate Identity Home Staging and Design out of Long Beach, California. We are the stagers for Flip or Flop, and we also have staged for Jeff Lewis for Flipping Out.
Which is very cool. Jeff Lewis, of course, was our keynote speaker. Doing this because I realized you guys see all my crap in the back. Okay, hopefully you can't see my... Listen, I got piles on the floor. My office is not staged. I just put it out there. I wasn't expecting to have to use my phone. I look like we're crooked, too. Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
Jeff Lewis was great. You have your backdrop. I got to get one. I thought I would do one that has like artwork or something because my thing is open. I was going to be in Breckenridge this morning, but we didn't go up last night like we planned. So we will do that later this afternoon. Okay, there we go. All right. So Kevin, obviously he stages for Flip or Flop, and you're like the staging person for the celebrities in LA, which is exciting. And I just wanted to kind of talk about your business. People are kind of curious about how that all unfolded. How did you get selected? What's it like to do one of those projects? I see one of your babies behind you. And then we also want to touch on what you're going to talk about at conference. He went under the screen. He's like that way.
They're sneaky. They're very sneaky. That's why I'm trying to keep them out of the office. So that's why I'm like, you may see a tail and a head pop across it.
Right, exactly.
That's I'm on their schedule. It's been a great experience. We actually were talked to the producers before the show actually began, and we didn't make the cut because we didn't want to film I was shy. I didn't want to film like one of those like video screen tests, and I didn't bother putting my name in. But lo and behold, they came into my neighborhood one year, and they were like, it was the end of season 2, the season 2 finale, and they were like, we've come into Long Beach. We have a very specialized property. It was a mid-century modern. That's something I specialize in. They said, you know what? Can you come in and stage it? Other stagers said they can't do it. So we just jumped in and we just did it without a screen test, without anything else. We just jumped in and staged a project. They loved it, and they kept using us. So right now they have maybe about 120 episodes filmed, and we have at least 60 of them, 65 of them actually, to be precise, of them are filmed by us. So we're more than half shown on a TV show, and we recently have been tackling some really incredible projects. We literally have to spec all the brand new furniture from Jocelyn, Maine. We go and pick it up out of the Van Nuys warehouse. We truck it down to the job site. We build everything there. We put it into place and supplement the furniture, get it ready for filming, then get it to open house, and then get it to integration filming, all within about 4 days. And It's been so incredibly challenging because these properties are not small. They are huge. And these have been spec'd months ago. So now we're just waiting to make sure everything comes in, crossing our fingers that everything comes in, that we have everything, that our P's and the Q's crossed, everything's, totally done. So
did they
yeah,
pick? Did they specify you how to use Joss and Main? Are they a partner with Flip or Flop?
well, they gave me a couple look photos. They gave me a couple ideas of what they think they would look good inside the property, and I just ran with that. I tried to find anything that was very similar to that, to the look photo, to keep it to the integrity. So they later on asked me a lot of questions like, "We want to know what the stage is going to look like." I'm like, "Just look at your look photos," because I did it based straight off of that. We had one Navy house that we did that was really beautiful. It was very tiny, but it was a Navy house, and that was obviously the direction they were going in. They wanted to go with this color navy, cobalt blue. So we got chairs and white sofas, and we got the dining chairs in the cobalt blue. We really, really nailed that one. That one looked just like the look photos that we were given. That was so precise. I was so happy with that property.
So Carol Valeri is asking, does it ever bug you that Tarek and Christina move your stuff? She says, to me, it makes you look like you didn't finish your job, although I know you did.
They have to do that just to give them something to do. We give them carte blanche whenever we install a property. If they need to move something for the shot, because sometimes the angle of where they're shooting does not match up to the reality. And that's something that happens a lot, even in photography. You may need to move the cocktail table a little bit to the right, even though it doesn't look right in like natural setting, it looks right for the camera. So we let them do that. It's not a big deal. Chopping pillows, dropping things off, putting things into place. That's just what they do. It's part of just entertainment. It's TV. It's just the one thing that we have to remember is it's all entertainment and it's still television. And whereas we're doing a good job with a little bit of education on what's going on, it still is TV and it still is, entertainment for that fact of the matter.
Yeah, I think it's sort of funny when they come in, they make it look like they're putting the accessories in, but you know that you had done that. So, and I'm hoping that eventually they'll do a thing where they actually show more of the process versus just bringing stuff down the ramp and then you doing a little thing in the house, and then it is about the show and the property and so forth. But it's pretty awesome, the exposure.
Well,
And
it's getting close. It's getting very close to a staging challenge television show. I've been hearing a lot of buzz about that, about like putting 3 stagers together for comparable properties, staging them, and seeing what the result is. That is something that, like the old format for designers challenge, is now starting to pop up for stagers challenge. So I think within the next 3 years, we're going to see something that on television, and there's going to be a whole bunch of like, they're going to go city to city, and they're going to find stagers that really want to participate, that really want to be part of that, and that they can put their bid in, and they can stage it to the best of the ability, and they can showcase the work. It's coming very soon. I can feel it. I've been getting a lot of buzz, people asking a lot of questions about that, even when we're staging, the production companies asking, how can they make that work? So there's a lot of behind the scenes things, a lot of behind the scenes conversations that make me feel very positive that staging is going to come into the limelight very, very soon.
Which is exciting. And I hope they not only show the finished product at the staging, but also talk about the sale, because the true result is the house sells, and how much does it sell for? Did it sell at list? Did it get more? Because even though we tend to focus on our things like the look and so forth, the reason we do what we do is the result for the homeowner and the realtor, right, or the builder.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be exciting. So you're gonna be on a panel at conference, and he's on the panel of what realtors really want from stagers. So I was just watching that the movie What Women Want with Mel Gibson. It's still a classic with Helen Hunt. That's really, and I saw What Men Want with Taraji P. Henson. I still like the original is the better one. So that's what we kind of get. Well, what do realtors really want? So Kevin's going to be the voice of the stager on the panel with realtors, because of course we want the realtors' perspective working with stagers, but we also have to have representation on stage for the stager. So
that's me.
So because we think about realtors, a lot of them, I think one of the biggest challenges we have as stagers is we think that because a realtor knows how to sell a house, that they understand what we do for staging.
Yeah.
Right? they don't understand the process because they don't live it. And that's why, you know, it's all about education. We've all learned that years and years ago when we
There's
got our
science
training.
behind it. I mean, a definite science and a sport behind staging. You need, I mean, it's not just showing up with the truck with filled with furniture and making things fit. There's an actual science to it.
Right. Well, and it's also, I mean, like yesterday, the team did 2 D stages and 2 staging. So they picked up from a house and they took it to a property that's probably about 40 minutes from here. Then they picked up in the same town, then took it way like an hour north. And so the team was like, well, why can't we just take this stuff to that house and then do the crisscross in the same town? I go, because they're different properties. And the one we're picking up in Castle Rock, it's a higher end house. It has to go north because that's a higher end house and the pieces that are in there. So I said, just trust me, there's a method to my madness. And so, I mean, I think that they had 10 hours, the guys in the truck, 10 hours from this time they started to the time they put the last thing back at the warehouse. And so, I mean, the logistics side, the public doesn't see that and the realtors don't see that. And that's why they're like, we scheduled our pictures for 1 p.m. You need to be done. And I'm like, well,
sorry.
I know. I mean, you have nothing to photograph if I don't have it staged. So, and I don't drive the truck and I can control that now because I do control the logistics, but still it takes time. It's not just like, the furniture's in place.
Yeah, we had
So
one of our last installs. We had a very hostile tradesperson that was preventing us from getting in to finish our work. The driveway was chopped up. We couldn't even get the truck into the driveway. I mean, it got stuck on the up ramp going up because it was on the hill. The tow hitch ground into the asphalt flat. I mean, that
wow.
is how tight we got stuck inside there. We had to get some help, boards, everything else to lift the truck out to get it on out. But I mean, the things that we have to, just go through, and we have to share the space. Things don't always work out the way they're supposed to. You just have to bend, be flexible, and make sure you find the best way to do it without incurring any additional expenses to you or your crew. That is the name of the game, because otherwise you're hemorrhaging money. You can't do that.
Right.
That's not good business sense. So, that's why we have those protections in our contracts and our clauses to make sure that we do stuff, and that there's going to be an extended date that we need to be out there later on. The property's not ready. There's a certain amount of a fee for that because we need to reschedule our crews and do everything else around all of that. I mean, it's not like we're just sitting here just kind of waiting for the property to show up and be ready for it. Sometimes it happens, but most of the times it doesn't. That's the
right.
reality.
And I love when they're like, can you come add another piece of art? Can you come do these, and you already have 12 pieces in, but they got more than they paid for and they want you to come add a piece of art. And it's like, I have in our contract or our agreement that, staging selections at our sole discretion, no substitutions or additions. And then the next line is, because I know people ask for additions, you're going to pay for that. And, because that's not free. I have to pay for whether it's myself, my time's valuable, or a team member to go out. That's not just going to happen. I have to pay for that time. And so these are things that I think a lot of agents don't understand. And then from the agent's perspective, how can we as stagers, what are they really looking for in a staging partner? Because it's not just, you don't want to be one and done. Your goal is to cultivate that relationship and be somebody of value that they keep going back to. So it can't just be about price. There was a discussion online last night that somebody posted about new people working with builders, and people were giving input. And it can't just be all around price. That's oftentimes how, you might win the business, but there has to be more value added. And so
I bet you anything, one thing that's going to happen is they're going to talk about just making sure the look stays fresh and rotated. Because that's when I did the interview, when I did that for the realtors and talked about them, when I did that for Home Staging Talk Live, that's what all 3 of them touched upon, is they want the look to stay fresh and they're tired of seeing the same old thing. But at the same time, it's like, does it get the project accomplished? We can't discount the fact that, you know what, if it works, and maybe you've seen it before, but if it works, then let it work.
Right. Well, they don't understand. It's like you invest thousands of dollars in inventory. And so we do get things that are hopefully not going to be too memorable. That's why base neutral pieces, and you can change the look up with different color pillows, maybe swap out the art and so forth, change it up. But the base pieces, when you invest few hundred to $1,000 in a core piece, you're not going to put that just in 2 houses and get rid of it. That thing needs to go through rotation, and that thing has to make us money. That's why we invest in the inventory. So I love it when they're like, well, can you get, they start specifying, like, I need this particular look and I need that. And that starts to transition over to the design side. So, you know, I'm always real careful about agreeing to do things like that because it's not subject to their approval. And it's also based on the budget. So if they want a full on design, I'm like, that's going to be like 10x the staging budget because that takes a lot more time. And so I have a client I'm working with right now. The stuff that she sent in is, sorry, my phone keeps ringing. The stuff that pictures they sent that the look they want, very, very expensive furniture. I'm not going to buy that for staging. Oh my God, stop calling me everybody. And so, you know, the look, it's the items are super expensive. Well, I'm not going to purchase those because I can see where she picked them off Pinterest or something. I would never buy that stuff for staging because it's like 5 to 10x the price that I could actually get the same look for a lot less, and it's a staging item. So yeah, so I think there's a lot of education that has to happen both ways for sure.
Yeah, and we'll dispel all that.
Yeah, we need to go onto a realtor event and do what stagers really want out of realtors. Right?
That'll be a good tournament to play.
Yeah, I mean, so January, the Inman Conference is in New York City. So those of you that are interested in attending that, I put myself in to speak, so we'll see if that happens. But being able to attend, and then, you know, my goal is to get around some of the influencers and advance the industry standards discussion that we're having. But that would be, they haven't told me what my topic has to be, but that's something that I might actually throw in the mix. I think that'd be pretty cool to tell, not to diss the realtors at all, but to let them know the reality of what we do and what we need from them. We need their support. If a realtor throws me under the bus or any of you guys under the bus, that's not right. I mean, they need to stand behind our service. And if the client violates a policy or something, they live in this fear bubble sometimes of, gosh, if I don't side with the seller who's being unreasonable, I might lose the listing. And so there's always a way to make things work. But
that would be an excellent topic to talk about, how to talk to the sellers and get them on to side for staging, because that really would be beneficial. Yeah.
I mean, because we're advocates for them. And I mean, the stuff that we do to make things happen, they don't see it all. I mean, I've got a giant bruise on my hip from falling because I was putting together a media cabinet for one of my clients. Drilling and stuff. And I just ate it. They don't see I mean, I was in my warehouse organizing stuff and I was so hot. I mean, I was like a man. I was like dripping sweat. And they don't see any of that because it's not glamorous. And that's not that I want to see us all sweaty on television, but I would like to see more of the actual physical, the work that goes in, because I think the impression the public has is it's just so fun and easy. Anybody can do it.
No, behind the scenes, there is hair gluing, there are bobby pins, there are lint rollers, there's tape covering up logos, there's shirts turning inside out, there's sewing going on, because all these things that you can't see on TV. So they are like, I mean, like if I have my cowlick, if it's sticking up, I got a bobby pin and I got some glue sticking my hair down. Like the things they make you do to get on to do that. So I understand that. Like, it's not all glamorous, but they make you want to look that way. I'm like, I'm starting to break a sweat here. Like I need something to make sure that I don't look like glued down and unsweaty here. But we're staging during the middle of summer and it's pretty warm.
And it's funny because that'd be fun to get the footage that they don't use that shows all the chaos and stuff, and then put that together, like speed it up. I think that'd be really cool. I don't know if Htain would do that. But I think that'd be something that you could say for the extra footage, let's do something else with that.
Well, the fun is now lately they've been miking me, so I've been totally been and they're catching all of my cuss words, all of the grunts, all of the frustrations, like all of the art collapses, all of it. They're catching all of it. So who knows what they're going to film? They're probably going to film. They're probably going to show the art collapse that happened in the house, but I saved it in time. But they're probably going to show it. I mean, it makes for good TV, so we'll see what happens.
It does. Well, that's if you guys watch the segment with Candace, that's how she got the gig, because I think it was a news station wanted to film something at a property she was working on, and then the newscaster who was supposed to be doing it, she got sick or something, like all of a sudden, so they needed somebody on camera. They asked Candace if she could, so she's like covered in drywall dust, and she's like F-bombs are flying, and anyway, they loved her, and so from that she had other opportunities, and eventually had her own show. So, reality, it's reality, it's real. I mean,
Yeah.
I use that word.
Yep, I do too.
Those of you that I'm not gonna show, but this is from Blair's store. This is the button
Yeah.
that he sells. It's funny. It's like a help button, like from Staples, but it has other things that it says. It's hilarious. So, but that's the reality of what we deal with, and it's it's not glamorous, but we knock ourselves out to make sure that the clients are happy, and that to me sometimes we don't get that acknowledgement. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not that, I mean, I don't have a big fat ego where it's like the realtor needs to promote me to the thing. I want them to look good. I just want it to be appreciated and valued for what we're doing. And if something does go wrong, doesn't go as planned, I don't want them to completely lose it on me, because it's like, let's say you've done 20 projects for somebody, and one of them, something happens, they get so myopic, they focus on that. It's like, listen, this is 5% of what I've done for you so far, and everything else has gone smoothly. So let's not overgeneralize and make it seem like, I can't work with you anymore because this one thing didn't go as planned. So
yeah, true, very true.
Yeah.
And I'm
So,
always firmly believe that this is not the last you've heard of me. You know what? It's not the last
Right.
final end. There are many ways to massage a situation and to reclaim and keep the client on your side. That really truly is the position of a stager, is to try to get people not only to come over towards your sides, but to engage and to hold on to their attention. So that's part of what I do. When I sense things are kind of falling apart, I reach back out there, extend myself back out there, make sure that people understand that, this is what I do for a living, and that I'm still here in the community. I'm still very, very valid. We're still kicking butt. Call upon us if you need us for anything, for a consultation even. We're getting, right now, the consultations that Chris are doing, they're like equally and matching the amount of vacants that I'm doing. It's unheard of. This year, consultations have exploded through the roof, and it's a
Which is
very
great.
viable way. You could make a lot of money off of consultations. You definitely can. I mean,
Right.
you
Well,
can
in the house,
pull a six-figure. You can easily pull for 6 figures doing consultations.
yeah, you do. 32 a month at $250 a pop. That's $100K.
Yep.
There's your math. So you just need 32 agents that are using you once a month, or 16 that use you twice a month, or 8 that use you 4 times a month, or 4 that use you 8 times a month. It's just math. And
I miss
the
him during
consultation,
installs, but hey, if he's out there earning money and still pulling in the same amount of work, then hey, go for it. I mean,
right.
I'll do all the vacants and keep running those guys. Those guys are cash cows for me.
Well, and then sometimes the consultations, like one of the houses the team did yesterday was an owner occupied. We'd done a consultation like 3 months ago, and then they needed addition of a living room grouping and some furniture pieces, some artwork, just but it was owner occupied, hands on. So it led to that. So the consultation initial added money changed into a staging. So that's also an art in being able to sell that as well. So when you're going in and doing a consultation, to be able to plant that seed that, hey, we can help you with this. We can help you move things around. We can help you set the scene, because a lot of people are just overwhelmed, or they don't want to have to purchase furniture, and being able to bring that in. So
I just had one recently where somebody thought they can outbid me and be like, you know what, I'll just furnish it my own self. And I'm like, go ahead. I'm here for you in 90 days. And you'll be like, you know what, I overspent my money. There's no way that they could furnish a whole entire 3,000 square foot loft for less than $3,000 to buy everything and put it in there and to get to the quality. But they swore that they could, and so I'm like, I'll talk to you in 90 days. I'll talk to you in 90 days.
I know. I just had a client do the same thing. That's an investor flipper, and it's not a huge house, but he's like, well, I'm just going to do it myself. And I'm like, okay, I can't wait to see the pictures, because I'm sure it's either going to be, I don't know, either stuff that he pulls out of his garage, or it could be thrift stores. I don't know. but I'm sure it wouldn't be anything like what we did, because you're right. The investment is way more than that we make in the furniture is way more than we're charging for the staging. So anyway, that's what I hope people get to. It's not just plop any old piece. It's not just having a couch. It's having the right couch. It's not just having a picture on the wall. It's having the right type of art.
Right.
And you have to
Correct.
get away
Right
from the thrift store.
scale.
Yeah, or it's the style that's going to attract the buyer. You don't want grandma's, I'll just go to, Salvation Army or Goodwill. I'll get some old couch and throw it in there so it looks like a dated house, but they think, oh, it's just all we need in there is furniture. Doesn't matter what kind it is. And that's part of the education we all have to do as professionals, and that's why the industry standards is happening, because we need to educate the public and the realtors so that they understand what we do. And
to the architecture, that is
yeah,
what is the foundation. You can't have a
yeah.
Victorian exterior and stage it with a modern interior. It just does not work. That
Well,
is
so
what the model home companies used to do many, many, many years ago, in order to show the variety of exteriors for interiors they could do. So they would create this collision, and then people could pick their exterior plan, or they could pick in their interior plan, and they wouldn't look like they really work together. But that formula is a dinosaur. It is dead. Right now, we're not selling to the masses. We're not selling to people, everybody in the community who wants to live inside this one master plan community. We're selling an individual house, and we're focusing on that. And we're trying to find the most pleasant way to make sure that it looks, that it can sell to the most amount of buyers. And it's not going to be some very gothic style or something very overly dramatic or whatever. It's going to be toned down and prepared and ready for it to be sold to the next buyer.
right.
And anybody who's thinking otherwise, thinking like I can have like a modern home with some super, super traditional interior furnishings with a piano in there and whatever, they're greatly fooling themselves. They need to make sure it matches, and it commiserates to what the architecture of the property truly is. That's what the magic of the staging is.
So we've done several of these properties that are probably 100 years old in Denver, and so they haven't changed on the outside, but on the inside they've been completely updated. So it's then trying to find the mix of the right type of furniture, and all these clients want mid-mod or kind of that modern look with this property that is 100 years old. So
Yeah.
it is, you're right. In that, even like we could do like Art Deco, we could bring some of that in, but some of them are real specific about what they like or they don't like, and so it's interesting to see which ones. Like we did one not even a month ago. It's already under contract, and I'd say that it's contemporary style on the inside. We didn't go like super modern, and the one that we did do more of a modern edge. That one has not sold, and we didn't do the bedroom upstairs because the seller didn't want us to. So there's certain things when they shortcut or they start dictating what they think is right. I think you're right that the look doesn't always match with the property, and then it becomes a challenge for buyers. So
yeah, not fully staging the property. I mean, that is a shortcut that some people do take to get things in the budget, and sometimes it works, but usually it doesn't, is what I'm finding out. People want to see the property fully staged. They want to see everything look abundant, because with the rooms that aren't staged, you just feel like there's just too much up to the imagination. They can't count the rooms. Soon they're walking out of the room like, it's a 5 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, how many bedrooms? Because we didn't see the rooms fully staged to the capabilities. So we are seeing that. We still get requests for partial stagings. We still indulge in them. That still happens, but that happens to people with budgets. But we do tell them, if you are not receiving the result you were looking for, it may mean that we need to come back and actually stage the rest of the rooms. Call us back, and we can definitely come back in there and add that in there. We can rephotograph it, and we can remarket it, and we can get a better result out of it. So we always leave something open to our clients, the door open for them to add on to things or subtract things if they need to. It's all about them feeling comfortable about the process that we're taking them into. Even though it's not going to be exactly the way they lived in it, they're understanding the process, and they understand why we're doing it and what we're trying to attract. We won't step forward until we get that all under agreement.
I agree. So, we are over time, or I know why I went, but I'm gonna have to edit my thing with the silent movie in the beginning. But I can't wait to see you in Nashville.
Yeah.
So Kevin will be, and so Kevin will be on the main stage with. People keep calling. I think I forgot to order the truck today. That's probably why people are calling me. I have too much on my plate. Everybody goes, you need an assistant. I'm like, I know, but anyway, so my phone is ringing off the hook. I know. So I got a lot on my plate. Those of you that want to help volunteer for conference, let us know. Kevin's going to be there on the main stage on, I want to say Friday, but it could be Saturday. It's the panel, the realtor panel. So he'll be up there sharing and being our stage or voice. So ahead of time, we're going to put out send out an email to people. And we have a really cool app, by the way, that we're about ready to send out to everybody who's registered. It's called Whova. Yeah, so Whova. WHOVA. So you guys can go ahead and download the app now, WHOVA. And so it's a great way to manage the whole event. And then we'll send it out to all of the. It's going to be great. And you'll be able to see everything to do with the conference, the timing. We can message each other. And that's how people are going to sign up through breakout sessions. So those of you that have been wondering, VIPs will be first up. You'll be given the access to our actual event on Whova, and you'll be able to sign up for your breakout sessions first, and then it'll be the tier ones and then the general admission people. So looking forward to seeing you. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, so thanks for being on. Say bye to Kevin, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. All right, and that's it for the show. So I'll be back next week. So I did want to say, let's see, this person from, I'm sorry, there was a vendor that wanted to be on, and I had her name pulled up here, and then I just lost it. So we do have vendors. So we had Couture Cashmere on, of course, and then there was another person from Classic Home, I think. Let's see here. She wanted to be on, but I didn't actually have you on the schedule. So those of you that, Kate Saunders. So Kate, I just wanted to address, I did see your message. Essentials for Living, that's who you are. And so you need to sign up through Calendly, CALNDLY. You select your time slot, then I get notified and it automatically goes on my calendar. Then I would have known to send you the link. So I apologize for the mix up on that. And but we'll make sure to get you on the show. And you can private email me as well. And I can just put you on my calendar, even if you don't want to go through the calendar link. So, all right, thanks everybody. So we'll be back next Wednesday for another show. Get registered for conference. Get registered for advanced stage or training, vote for your colleagues for the industry awards. That goes until September 12th and then gets cut off. And I guess that's it for now. So I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging in there with me. And we'll be back next week with another segment. Thanks, everybody. Bye.